Need any help?
Parkour Reborn is a game I started playing again recently, and as such I decided to make a video about it. Before we get on to Parkour Reborn, I would like to talk about the game that basically kickstarted it, Parkour Legacy. Parkour Legacy is a game I used to play back when it first launched in 2016. The game was very simple and very beginner-friendly, slowly introducing you to newer mechanics as you play and also giving easy access to gloves, gears, and so on. Recently, I have leveled up enough to have most of the gears in the game, as well as a lot of gloves in it. However, the game is still very fun. The gears in the game are what turned it from Mirror's Edge to Celeste. If you don't understand, it went from a simple parkour game to flying at Mach 10 speed and bouncing off buildings like a pinball. This didn't stop the game from being fun, however, so I continued to play it until I decided to hop onto its sequel, Reborn. Parkour Reborn is a remake of Legacy, giving it a more grounded and streamlined playstyle instead of a quick and janky one. The game was never meant to be a replacement, however it was a spiritual successor to Legacy, revisioning it more as a Mirror's Edge game. Parkour Reborn has its pros and cons, and in this section of Chapter 2, I'll be talking about the pros. The game is very beautiful compared to Legacy. This is how Legacy looks in its current state, and this is how Reborn looks in its current state. Pretty big difference, right? The quality is outstanding, with many smooth and detailed animations and little callbacks to older gears from Legacy. However, the game is far from perfect. As much as it's detailed, Parkour Reborn is a very hard game. If you were to play it without having played either games, it would be easy at first, but then doing anything else is much harder. Leveling up in this game takes much longer to do than in Legacy, especially when getting to double-digit levels, since it takes more XP to do so. This makes the game an absolute nightmare for first-time players. This game is one of the least beginner-friendly games on Roblox. Before you can even long jump, you need to learn how to after boost, which doesn't appear until somewhere around level 8. Until then, all you would be able to do is flail jump, which is utterly useless compared to the long jump in the end. And taking what I said about leveling up in this game, this would be a horrible experience. Remember gears and gloves from Legacy, and how you had to reach a certain level to get them. That method was easy, intuitive, and simple. However, in Reborn, to get the very first glove in the game, you first have to complete the tutorial, find duct tape, and find 3 synthetics, which would take ages to find considering their rarity, and then have to go to a whole new town called Derwick and find the worker glove, which takes so long to find, since the game doesn't even bother giving any hints whatsoever, let alone tell you where the glove is in general. This game practically requires YouTube tutorials for it, which basically means that your game is so horrible at guidance, you need other people to do it for you. I'm sorry, but the game is very not beginner-friendly. If you want to play a game like Parkour, please play the Legacy version. It's much simpler to understand.